Corporation. Just my luck. I was hoping to see President Thomas Haywood or my direct superior, Director of Special Projects Max Toner. I was mentally prepared for a meeting with one or even both of them. I had drawn up a plan so they couldn't twist their way out of truthful answers. But I was in no way prepared to face this security goon, and that threw me off. And there was good reason. Andrei Soloviev had always made me feel unwitting, unrelenting, and just animalistic fear. Every time I looked at him, I saw a person with many years in the Special Forces, a man who had taken life more than once. His movements were precise and sparing, his gaze tenacious and intent. But most importantly, he had the eyes of a self-confident predator. Soloviev saw everyone around him as potential opponents. I had no doubt he was always calculating the fastest and most efficient way to kill me, just in case. And there was another reason I couldn't accept him. See, when I got stabbed and was losing consciousness, I heard a voice saying, "Timothy's lost a lot of blood. He's dying." And I just couldn't shake the feeling that voice belonged to Andrei. I was as sure as I could be under the circumstances. Well, Timothy, you've just made everyone's job a lot harder," he began in a judgmental tone, firing his opening salvo and locking the door tight behind him. Honestly, no one was expecting that, and that's why they sent me here. Now, we're going to have a relaxed chat and get to the bottom of what made you hurt us back there. Relaxed? Is that what they called this? My heart started pounding in fear. It was so hard I was afraid I'd break a rib. The extreme panic made my blood pressure shoot up so high I could feel my veins pulsating in my temples. I took a step back, stumbled, and not so much sat as plopped back in a soft, deep chair. The ghoulish man gave a snort and immediately took the next chair over without asking. Then he leaned in my direction, looking like he was ready to jump me. Despite his judgmental tone, clear dismay, and even vaguely threatening manner, I started gradually calming down and my spirits started to rise. If leadership considered the Taisha situation hopeless, I would have lost all value, and they wouldn't have sent anyone to talk with me. But they had sent someone, and he was being relatively nice. That inspired optimism. Andrei Soloviev was not talking, so I started, hoping to seize the initiative. I understand why the president is upset right now. But when we talked, Thomas Haywood was under the impression that the NPC thief had paid someone to kill me in the real world, and even used Boundless Realm currency to do so. He managed to convince me of that, so I agreed to help, but it turned out Taisha wasn't behind my attempted murder. I looked at all her financial logs and didn't see any expenditures that could have possibly gone toward a hitman. And meanwhile, 50,000 coins is a ton of money. It would be impossible to hide such expenses. "Oh, Timothy, he said, shaking his head in reproach. "You're so naive and so wrong. I have spent 4 whole years tracking down fraudsters who sell game money and virtual treasures for real-world cash. And I could tell you at least 100 ways of hiding large expenditures in the financial logs. But that isn't even the issue. It makes no difference whether Taisha paid that man off or not. You work for the Boundless Realm Corporation, and our president gave you clear instructions to capture the virtual entity. So, why didn't you do your job?" What a tricky question. Regardless of my answer, it assumed I was at fault. What was more, I saw a little listening device in Andrei's right ear, which meant our chat was not confidential. And that meant I had to deny the very possibility of my guilt without answering the question head-on. "What are you talking about? I did my job. I am a lead tester for the corporation, and my job is to find and study untested paths, unusual situations, and strange creatures in Boundless Realm. And it just so happens the NPC thief Taisha is a strange creature I'm trying to learn more about. I am the only person who has earned the beautiful goblin lady's trust. But everything